Hey guys, I want to talk about something really quickly because there seems to be this huge trend of people just loving to listen to people talk about the twin flame union who haven't been able to achieve union or who haven't been on the path that long. The first thing I want to say about that, people can only tell you about the journey as far as they've gone. There's certain things that you learn and realize the longer you're on the journey. That's just the way it is, okay? So people who are saying certain things is because they're in the same place as the people who aren't in union. So then their messages agree and everything seems, like that's the truth, okay? But this whole fairy tale and a lot of the bullshit that's going around is actually preventing twin flame unions, okay? And we really need those unions to come together. The planet needs them. So I'm going to do my part, okay? Now, let me say this. This is something that people need to understand about twin flame union. Twin flame union is a soul-to-soul connection. It's a soul-based union. You have to be more connected with your soul to really recognize your twin, okay? You can feel connected. Let me say this. Emotions, mind, and your physical body is not who you are, okay? When you die and you leave this body, you're not going to be your mind, you're not going to be your emotions, and you're not going to be your physical body, okay? So what does that mean? That means that the true you, to know who the true you is connected to, you have to be connected to the true you. That's a part of the twin flame journey. This is why everybody who comes along is trying to help you see more of yourself, okay? But this is where people mistake, because there's a lot of people that are thinking they're twin flames, they're in this community, and they're not. They're simply not. And most twin flames, most twin flames in union would not disagree with anything I'm saying, okay? Because they know they've been on the path long enough to discover these things. This is how they got to union, is this type of information. Okay, it was not being stuck in a fairy tale. It was not being stuck on somebody being their twin flame who doesn't even respond to them. That's not how they got to union, okay? They did the work within themselves. They healed the things they needed to heal. They walked the journey, okay? So here's the thing. If you are not your emotions, your mind, and your physical body, connecting with people on those levels is not true soul connection. But you won't know that if you're not fully connected to your own soul and know who you are. Then you think you are your emotions. You think your feelings are who you are. You really feel like that's a part of you. You think you are your mind. You think you are your physical body. So when you have connections that are based on these things that are not you, it feels real to you because you think it's you and you feel that they're connected to you. See, because I'm connected to my soul and I know who I am beyond this physical reality, if I have an emotional connection to somebody, I don't take that as they're connected to me. A mental connection, I don't take that as they're connected to me. Okay? Because those aspects are not truly me. They're not me. Okay? I'm not identified with those aspects of myself. I'm identified with my soul. So then I know who I'm truly connected to. So a lot of these false connections that are going on because people are connecting on these surface levels. And because they don't know themselves deeper, that's the only way you can feel connection, is what you think you are. So then somebody connecting to what you think you are, then you really think that's real. Okay? Now, there's a couple things about, so that's something that you really need to think about, because this is why you want to continue to use these connections in the right way. And you want to be open to the universe showing you who your real twin is. Okay? Because a lot of people, they're caught up because first of all, they're getting into connections that are based on these surface level things. Okay? But like I said, you can only know how much you can know based on where you are with your own soul. So then they don't move from that. They don't allow any space because they won't even consider that this person is not their twin flame. Why? Because they're listening to other people who are not in union tell them about these signs being the way to know. Okay, so this is a way that a lot of people are actually sent off of the twin flame path, and they're not in a place to come into union because they're sitting around waiting on someone who wouldn't even choose them, or they're willing to be second best, and they can't see yet what's wrong with that because they haven't learned the lessons, they haven't been on the journey long enough to get to the point of understanding what's really wrong with that and how that is a complete sabotage to twin flame union. Sitting around waiting on someone being second best, meaning if this person is with someone else, they're choosing that person. So then the basic thing is, okay, so what it's really saying is if they can't make it work with the person they really want to make it work with, then they'll take this second best. To your twin flame, you're never second best. See, and people want to get into this idea about, this great, amazing love. Let me tell you, this great, amazing love is not something that you're just second best. Okay, that's about what's going on within the person and their inability to even think that they're worthy. Like, they don't even think that they deserve to be anything more than second best, than to wait around for somebody to stop loving somebody else and caring enough about somebody else to put effort towards them. And they're getting delusional to really think that a person is so out of touch with themselves that they can't feel if they have a connection to somebody. They just can't know. And this is supposed to be your ultimate person, that love, the greatest love ever, but they just can't seem to feel it. And then they come up with the thing because they're scared and da-da-da-da-da. Don't you know what it feels like to feel towards someone or have a connection towards someone? Is that how you act? So if you feel this strong connection towards someone, right? And they come to you, is that the way you feel, to just reject them? Now, there's something different if the people have come into union. I'm talking about people who have never come into union with these people. Okay? This is somebody that you met. There's nothing really built. This is just you going off of some type of surface level thing. Okay? And there was no grabbing onto each other, because that's kind of what twin flames do. They grab a hold of each other. Okay, so that's there. So just all I'm saying, guys, is be careful listening to people who haven't gotten to a certain place themselves, because it's unrealistic to think that somebody can take you where they can't go. If they knew the path and they could get you there, they would be there themselves. They would take themselves first. You're getting people who are where you are, okay? So then they're telling you, they're going through these motions and the stories, but they're in the same place as you. So none of you are giving the information, like they're not giving the information and you're not getting the information that actually gets you to union. Because you're missing the vital information that doesn't fit with these beliefs that people are creating based on how they're perceiving surface level connections that they do not understand, because they don't know who they are yet to know who their soul is really connected to. Because you will falsely connect based on the fact that you're a false self. You're your thoughts. You still think that's you. You still think you're your body. You think that would be like me thinking, oh, I'm black. I'm a black girl, Shamika, and this is my story. Like I'm a character in this reality because I don't know who I really am. So based on that, you can feel like there's a connection, but you're only feeling it based on the false you. So this is the false person, but it's going to feel so real. Now, there's multiple reasons, because then people look at all these synchronicities. Let me tell you, real synchronicities for twin flames are real world synchronicities that will blow your mind. Okay? And I'll give you an example. For my twin and I, we met in a certain place, right? And because you can be together and not be in union because of your issues, because of the ways that your soul can't handle the mirror, okay? As it gets to that deeper level, because they mirror you and pull up things that no other soul can mirror back to you, okay? And because it's the same. So sometimes it gets to a point where you can't really, you have too many belief systems, barriers, different things like that to union. So you can be physically together and not in union. And anybody in union can understand what I'm talking about, okay? That third energy. Now, here's the thing. When we met in a certain place, right? When we came into union, we actually, at the time, moved into a subdivision called the name of where we met, and it was called, and then on top of that, it was called the homecoming, because we were coming home to our union. So we lived in the place that represented it. It ended, it brought the union in, okay? Like, this was the union, this is where we were going, and once we moved into this place, we were coming into full union, but we didn't know that. So we ended up, the same place we met was the same place we came into union. That was the beginning of the path, and we had this whole journey. Then we came into union, and it was in a place called the homecoming with the same name as the city that we met in. And mind you, that this was over 300 miles from where we met. And it just so happened we didn't even realize that. And it's a lot of things like that. So the synchronicities become real world synchronicities. Okay. It's not just, it's like, it's just mind blowing. It's not just numbers that you see on a clock or, things like that. It's so much more than that. Like, the synchronicities are in your life. They are a part of your real life. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if you really want to get to that place, which we need people to, because this is a part of what needs to happen for the planet to get to where it needs to be. This is not just about love and romance. This is spiritual. Now, I'm going to say dark forces, but I have more wisdom and understanding about some of that, but I'm just going to say it for the common understanding. There are dark forces that want to prevent these unions. They want people stuck on these people that aren't it, okay? Because you can have these dreams, you can have all of these different things, okay, that want to take you off of your path from getting to your true twin by having you stuck on someone who's not. And you can go year after year after year not getting in union. I'm saying something because I want more unions to happen. We need the unions to happen, because when the unions come together in the physical, there is it's an impact that is had on the whole, everybody around the union. Okay, it's an impact that it has beyond just the twins themselves. So we want that impact happening because this is a new age. We're shifting here, and this is necessary and it's needed. Okay, so we don't need people sitting around waiting on some fairy tale, never getting in union, emotionally unhealthy, not getting to the core of themselves to know who they're truly connected with, out here following connections that are not coming from a soul level. So I'm trying to give information to help people get there. This is about more than love. And, well, it's not about more than love, because it's about love that is just beyond understanding. But this is about more than romance and fairy tales and the twin flame love story that is going around, okay? So I want people to understand that, and be open to the universe showing you, pay attention, because remember, as above, so below. So when people act like all this is going on in the spirit realm, but in the physical realm, it's totally the opposite. That is complete lies and darkness. As above, so below. There will always be some physical representation of what the spiritual truth is. Your life is a representation of the spiritual truth. Everything you've manifested, everything around you is a representation of what's going on in your as above. So do not listen to these lies about the as above so different from the so below. When you get to a certain place as above, it looks a certain way so below. If you're in a certain place as above, it looks a certain way so below. So you have to ask yourself, if you're just looking for something on the surface, which is these love stories, emotional connection or mental connection, connection to parts of you that are not yourself. You have all of that with your twin. Don't get me wrong. But with your twin, it starts at a soul level first. And it's the soul connection that creates the mental connection, the physical connection, and the emotional, physical, and mental connection. Okay? But you have all of them. But it starts on the soul level. Okay? So that's something to think about. Okay? Don't fall for that. Please believe, know, and understand the truth. It is on earth as it is in heaven. As above, so below. Don't think that you're going to have these huge discrepancies between your spiritual life and your physical life. When you're abundant spiritually, you can start to manifest that in the real world. All of this is the truth. So if you want to know, your physical life is a mirror of the truth, of what's going on above. Don't let people deceive you, okay? So that's all I want to say, guys. I love you guys. I want all of you to have union, okay? I want all of you to be able to bring to this planet what you are here to bring. I am not here to get you off of, where you're supposed to be. I'm just telling you the truth. So you can continue to listen to people who haven't been on the path long enough to get these discoveries. Because some of these things you do not find until you've traveled a certain point in the path. And then you can look up and see when you start to know more of who you are, and you can look up and see how your thoughts weren't you, how your emotions weren't you, and what these connections were really about. When you start seeing the truth of what intensity is, what you thought it was, it's not that. Intensity and pull towards somebody, it's not. That's not what it's about. Okay? And I'll do another video on that another time. But if you're really wanting to get on track, book a soul healing session with me. Okay, book a soul healing session with me. I can work with you real quick and tell you deeply what's going on, get you on path with your soul grid. I can see where you are, help you shift and get where you need to be. Also, you can do the 5 hours to True Love Boot Camp. It will help you get in alignment with actually bringing in your twin. It will show you some of the mindsets that you have that will be preventing union for you. So you can get somebody to tell you that you're going to get there and it's never actually happening. Or you can open your mind to something that maybe I need to look at how I'm walking this path so that I can actually manifest it. Okay? So that's that, guys. I love y'all, like I said, but I got to tell y'all the truth, if I love you, I'll tell you the truth. I don't want something that I don't want anyone else to be able to have. Nothing like that. I want it for you just like I want it for me. Just like I have it, I want you to have it. Okay? So I can't say it enough. I love you guys. Have a fabulous day. Bye.